Hey, welcome to Tuesday afternoon. At this point, we've got the 26th of March as we move on towards April here, not too far off now. We've got some wet weather to talk about this week. The pattern is pretty dynamic, not in terms of like robust rainfall, but robust snowfall in the mountains. I'll get a couple of feet. But for us, this pattern is going to be kind of on again, off again, wet into Friday and maybe a little bit into Saturday and maybe a little into Sunday as well, but that's going to change. So first thing I want to talk about are newts. They're related to salamanders. They show up this time of year in all over the Bay Area. They burrow under logs and into the mud and hibernate basically, right? And then when the spring rains come, they get flushed out. Their cue is they get flushed out by the water that's going to come on Wednesday night into Thursday and probably on Friday. And they go looking for mates. So they get frisky. It's the spring. And so they'll go off and find puddles and ponds to mate in. And you'll see a lot of them this time of year up in Grizzly Peak, up by Tilden Park and the up at the steam trains there. They close that little bisector road off because so many newts are killed regularly there. So keep an eye out if you're out and about. You might see some. Here's another picture. This was another thing was interesting was these guys right here. You see that orange, kind of like my jacket, but that orange, the reason it's there is beautiful. It's kind of effervescent, but it's a signal to predators that I'm toxic. Don't eat me. This could make you sick, which I guess that makes sense because it's sort of a color that you don't really find in nature. So with rain coming, expect to see some potential salamander or newts, if you will, the correct term, coming out this next few days. So here we are. We're going to go into Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow morning. And you see the rain coming. Wednesday afternoon and evening, it's slow now. So it looks like the afternoon commute on Wednesday is fine. It's really going to show up somewhere around 8, 9 o'clock on Wednesday, especially in the North Bay, and then gets the rest of us later on, like in the evening, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And then it moves up into the mountains. The mountains will have a winter storm warning that'll stay in effect for a day, maybe two. And the rains around here, maybe a quarter inch, maybe a half inch. Beneficial rain, not so much we can't manage it. And then we get this next piece, which is coming in on Friday. And so you see Thursday kind of turns into kind of a showery on-off day. I think Thursday is not going to be half bad. I think this is all about Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And then you get into this guy here, which shows up early and is here Friday afternoon into Friday evening. And then you see that bullseye, that low hanging offshore, it starts to drop out. So by Saturday morning, the bulk of it, the strength of the dynamics, because what happens here is when you get these lows, like I know you see the low here, but this quadrant down here in relationship to a low, that's where the dynamics are, the lift is. What happens here is in this area, we're in sort of the NVA or negative vorticity zone of the low. There's generally in a high pressure or sinking area as the low moves further south. So this area is generally not as robust in terms of rainfall. And then you see what happens on Sunday afternoon. So right now, the way I'm playing this is I'm going tonight, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Wednesday's not a bad day. Thursday's not a bad day. Friday looks like kind of a pretty showery on and off all day. Saturday in the morning and on and off showers, but not a washout. Like if you got ball games and stuff with the kids. And then Sunday looks like you're free and clear. We can go up to the mountains now because we like to do this. And there'll be snow. A winter storm warning will be in effect up there. Let's see where we are today. We're on Kingville, I-80 westbound. And the westbound side, that's where most of the snow is. You notice there's not much snow in the trees because there hasn't been snow in a while. They're going to get a couple of feet of snow up in the mountains, a couple of feet up at the higher elevation. So that's kind of great, actually, especially since we need more snow in the mountains and we're getting towards the end of the season. You can see this pink area here. That represents the winter storm warning. And on the back side of the mountains, out towards Lake Tahoe and kind of over towards Incline, that's kind of on the lee side of the mountains. And so it's not a winter storm warning. It's a winter weather advisory. Will probably turn into a snow advisory. But the reason for that is orographic lifting, right? Most of the precipitation falls out on the west side of slopes. That happens in the East Bay Hills. It happens in the coastal hills, right? The Pacifica and Half Moon Bay get a bunch more rain than the airport, SFO or San Mateo. All right, live picture of the Ocean Beach. The swells are coming up a little bit tomorrow. I don't see a high surf advisory, but definitely a small craft advisory. And it's pretty big. It's going to be 6 to 8 to 12 foot. So that's pretty decent size. And then the 5-day forecast right here. And it's really going to be fluid and dynamic. Right now, though, Friday does look like the wettest day. But this Wednesday, Thursday thing looks like, not too bad. The Saturday thing, not too bad. Sunday, so the weekend, I think I mentioned this yesterday, the weekend's going to end up being not half bad. All right, I'll see you back here tomorrow. If you could do me a favor, leave a comment, what you like, what you don't like. Should I do weather off the top? Should I do it at the back? Whatever. Love to hear it. And I will see you tomorrow.